I like to wing things as it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Thursday, and of course, Brian here, and of course, I'm joined with my co-host Daniel
Dan. Yep.
Payton. Yes,
Yes, the Daniel Payton,
the
as if that
Daniel,
means anything.
the Daniel Payton, of course, the
Oh, yeah.
Daniel, the only Daniel Payton.
It's been a few weeks. Unfortunately, last week, I'm the one who had to call out. I had a friend who ended up in the hospital, but it worked out.
Oh,
He'd been dealing with some issues and hadn't really taken care of it, and something it literally just all came to a head and ended up in the hospital. And they were able to diagnose the problem, get it worked on, and he's now a lot better. So he's out of the hospital. So I'm really glad. It was scary for a minute there, but I'm glad for that. But that last week meant I was out of commission. I was stressed and dealing with that. So, but I'm glad to be here tonight. It's beginning to really feel like fall where we're at. Hello, John, Valerie.
Hello, welcome.
Glad everybody's here.
People are starting to roll in. They know that it's time for us. What else is on?
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Hello, and welcome. So 2 weeks have gone by. So what have we been up to for those 2 weeks? Anything interesting?
Oh, a few things. I'm working on the edits for the next book in the Dragon Wand series.
Oh,
So hopefully by Christmas, book 6 of 7 will be published, and I'm currently in the process of checking all the corrections and getting it prepped. Once I get done, it's one last clean go over with an editor, and then they start the process of producing it. So that's been a big one since then. I'm working on that. We did have a little bit of a tragedy in my online game. One of our biggest players, one of our first supporters, all that, passed away suddenly. And so we've been behind the scenes. We've been working on how to put something special in the game to remember him. And I'm currently working on that. So for the game players, I'm going to actually not say anything because there's some big surprises about going on with this. But that was kind of sad. But we're going to do what we can.
right.
So that's happened the last few weeks. And also today, while I was prepping and cleaning, and we have a party actually going upstairs that my family's hosting, so I had to do everything cooking wise. During all that, I get a message that I have honorable mention in the Writers of the Future contest. That is for the uninformed. Writers of the Future is one of the premier short story contests in the industry. This is a contest that had people in the names of like Ray Bradbury and Brandon Sanderson and others that have been in there and launched careers through this. So this is a big deal. And just getting an honorable mention is like saying you got nominated for an Emmy. Just saying you got nominated for an Emmy is worth saying. So that's really, really good news for me. So excited about that. And the crazy thing is I had for Writers of the Future, you can enter a short story once a quarter, every 3 months throughout the year. And I've been trying to put one in every quarter for a while now just to try and win this. The one I put in that got honorable mention was one I had no anticipation of it succeeding because I ran short on time. I wrote it pretty quickly. I didn't hardly edit it. It was a sarcastic, comical noir story, and it got honorable mention. It floored me in more ways than I can expect because that one I expected to get a thanks but no thanks from them. That it's amazing. So really good news for me there.
Very good. Very good. Always positive news.
And as for you for the last 2 weeks,
what's that?
As what have you been up to for the past 2 weeks?
No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Writing. writing, 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 narrating.
You're beginning to feel what it's like to be an author. It's a lot of just sit and write.
You know, when listen, I maybe it's a blessing in disguise that, you know, I have had the opportunity to pretty much just sit around and do nothing for a little while, at least, anyways. A little break, right? So, yeah, right, right. Procrastinate, don't want to write, not feeling it right now. Okay, let me go back to it. And then you stop, and then it's no, I don't feel like doing it anymore. I don't want to write anymore. And then you read back. What was I thinking? I don't understand. That makes no sense. What was I thinking? So then you're trying to fix it and then make it work, and then you have to walk away again. So that's what I've been dealing with. So yeah, the author, yeah, 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 and then trying to make things fit. You're trying to make characters, like you have to come up with new characters because now I'm releasing 2 different books at the same time and 2 different genres.
Oh yeah. I'm working in the stories I'm working on right now. One is a science fantasy novel. I'm editing a fantasy novel. I'm writing superhero fiction for the online game all at the same time. So sometimes your brain's jumping between genres. You got to go, okay, this one, no dragons and no spells. Okay, what's this? You know, it's
it
can drive you nuts.
To the point where, and I'm pretty sure you've done this, where you're writing and you read back and it's like, wait a minute, that's not the right character.
Yep.
You know, because you're writing others. It's like, oh shoot, yeah, who is that supposed to be now? And it's like, oh man. So yeah,
did it last night.
That's twice now.
Yep. I'm editing on the Dragon Wand book, and I'm adding some extra scenes into it because it needed some extra description in places. Yeah. And I'm writing this, okay, it's great here. He's talking to him. They're about to go here. They see this. And then I finish scene. I read the next part I wrote, a year or so ago. And I'm reading, wait a minute. He just saw it's the same person. Okay. I got to go back to the scene and put a different person that he's talking to because that person's here and here. Oops. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Writers, that's something I've seen from actors. Primarily when I see them at conventions and they're being, they have audience asking questions. The audience will say, well, in episode 33 of this show, when you said this, did your character really mean? It's like going, I've done hundreds of episodes. I don't remember that scene.
Right. Yeah.
Same with me. People are like, all your books. Kind of. I know of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get that from now and then, like, because mine's like a series and you should know, just like yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20. I don't know how many you got now.
7.
Okay.
So 7. Yeah.
I'm on number 4, but sometimes I do have to look back and see, all right, what did I say about that person? How did they die? Or some fact that I need to then, bring to the other one because I can't remember everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually working on the Heroes Rising. One of the problems I've had this year is, in the last couple of years really, is that I spaced it out a bit. The first 2 years I wrote for the game, I wrote a new chapter, a new episode of the main storyline every single month. So when I got finished writing one and editing and producing it, getting the next. So I was actively in that world, those characters, where they're at, what they're doing. This one, I'm writing a chapter or an episode, put it out, and then we have other stuff several months later. I do the next one. I've written other books, edited other books, done other things since then. And so I'm like, okay, the characters are, where are they again? I have to go back and read everything I've written. So when I get to it, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's where I was going. And in fact, it's it's not obvious because I wrote it. I definitely wrote the story and finished it. The last chapter of this that was in July, I wrote half of it at the beginning of June, the end of May, beginning of June, because it was supposed to be debuted in June. And then we had another big event pop up, and Justin of the game said, okay, wait, no, we're going to push that to July. I had so many other projects. I went, okay, I'll put this one on pause and work on those. I
Yeah.
came back to this, started releasing it and finishing writing it. I knew where I was going. I knew where the characters were at. I knew what I wanted to happen. But then the final two parts, which are always the follow up, after the big battle, after the event, this is what leads to the next story. One of the characters I sent on a mission to do something. I never wrote notes down. I could not remember what was supposed to happen. I had to sit there and go, I sent, and I've already published because he publishes in pieces online. I've
Yeah.
already published, and I sent him out there, and I'm like, and he's supposed to he's and so I had to basically go, okay, whatever I was thinking then, I don't know. So I had to come up with a new solution, and I love the solution I came up with. I love what's happening in the story, and it's going to be great with what's coming up. But I literally forgot what I was doing. John says, I'm writing the canon version of Futurina's story. It's been brewing for over 20 years. Yeah. There's there's quite a few stories and books I have on the docket that are ones that I mentally worked on and wrote notes on for years.
And John's at work. He's listening at work. Do we know, what does John do for work? Do we know?
Offhand, I can't say. I know he's an author, but I don't think that's his day job. Sorry, John. I don't remember.
I could have swore I knew, but now I can't remember. But yeah, I'm finding it difficult when creating, because apparently I've created a universe or a whatever whatever they want to call it, right?
Yeah, universe works. Yeah,
where they're all within the same time frame or whatever. So as you're going and you're creating it, you have to go back. I find myself going back to make sure that I'm remembering where everything is, I guess, because there's so many books to the universe. So it's not a place or somebody says, well, wait a minute, because I have those people and they do point things out. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I do too. Now for me, I inadvertently have tied the Winter Wizard, the Owl-Headed Wand, and my Dragon Wand books together with small elements. The Knowing Oak tree is the tree you get wands from, and it's mentioned both in Dragon Wand and in the Johann universe, which is Winter Wizard and Owl-Headed Wand. So there's a connection, and I realized that. I'm like, I loved the idea of that, so I put it in both, and I thought, wait a minute, people say, does that mean they're connected? I thought, you know what? I have no problem with that. So in the final parts of the Dragon Wand books that are coming out, and the next chapters or the next books, I've already written 2 more books for the Owl-Headed Wand series. I'm trickling in more and more references that the Owl-Headed Wand books stories happen literally thousands of years after the Dragon Wand books, but there is connection between them. And I'm going to see about building that connection to where it creates one giant universe out of those stories. But yeah, John Clark works at a convenience store. You know a little bit about that.
I do indeed. I'm back. I'm back in the gas station scene. So yeah, I'm excited. Finally, my goodness, yeah.
We've had issues here twice now. My mother's debit card has been skimmed.
What?
At a gas pump in our area. So we've
out here in Massachusetts, I guess depending on the company, but most, if not all of them, Shell, Mobile. It depends on the brand.
Mm-hmm.
There's stickers, and they
Mm-hmm.
have a bunch of numbers on them, and they go over any key entry to the pumps or anything related to the keypads or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's tampered, the word void comes through, and the cashier will know that somebody has tampered with it.
Oh,
So if you do see stickers, I would look for that, but I would always go in and pay.
yeah, that's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing.
Yes,
Is just going to pay.
always go in and pay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Chase. Chase mentions. It's very sad to hear that your Munger passed away in Heroes Rising, and I hope that you can bring his character justice in game and his final big story by you. Yes, for those uninformed who don't follow Heroes Rising, the player who passed away his name was Mike Givens, and he was it was a very vocal, very well known personality in the game and the game this came from, which was called Superhero City. And his character was based on the Nordic legend of Midgardsormr or Jormungandr, which are the big world serpent. It's Loki's son. It's Thor in the myth. Thor kills him to stop Ragnarok. It's complicated, um, but he created his character, and I loved what he did with the character, so I incorporated him bits and pieces into the game. So Mike may have passed, but Chase Jormungandr has not died yet in the game, and I'm gonna do my best to surprise you with what we do with him, because this unfortunately is not the first time in writing for games that we've had a player, a very well known player, pass away. And last time I did the same thing, I was able to take his character and give him a send off in the game, and I actually contacted his family because his sister and all that were contacting us about the game and all, and I said, what would you want us to do? Do you want us to take the character and keep going with it? Or would you want us to do something to say bye to the character? And they asked us to basically say farewell to the character. So I wrote that in that way. This one's going to be a little different. And the players are probably going to be very happy with how we do this, because again, nobody who plays the game did not have some kind of connection to Mike, because he was so big in this game. Biggest level, biggest player, biggest mouth. There wasn't a forum that he wasn't on, so it was, it's a big thing. Everybody has some connection to him. Yes,
Yeah.
back to what we were talking before, Ashley. Yes, it is crazy that the way they tamper with machines and skim cards is just, it's insidious, and you have to be very careful. And I learned after it happened to us, I learned that our in America for the past few months, the amount of skimming has gone up because new technology has come up where they can bypass certain things. It can make it a little more easier for them to do it. And they pinpointed areas where it's more common to happen. Big metropolitan areas, particularly right now, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Detroit, which is where I live. That they're happening in very large quantities. And again, it happened twice to my mother. She's had to replace her card twice now. So now we never use pump. I will never use the pump on there.
Yeah. Oh, I would just go in.
So
John Clark, where is your store located? Where is John located? Do we know? I keep forgetting.
John.
I think
Oh, wait.
I have what's his name in my head? Chris Evans. That's who I'm thinking of for some reason. I don't know why. Where's he live?
Chris
North
lives in
Carolina.
South Carolina, I think.
North
Carolina.
Yes.
He's
Okay.
because you passed by him at one point when you were driving through.
I felt so.
Yes,
bad.
Chase. I understand. Chase mentions, he said he meant the real life person, not the character. It's all right. I understand that. A lot of people met him. I said Mike was one of these people that he came off very brusque, very rude. He always typed in caps, and you might have seen that, like in Post to My Stuff, where everything was always in caps. But that's because he had vision problems, and so he always typed in caps to see the screen, see the words better. I perceived him as just being one of those gamers that was just always trolling people, always just mean. But he was also someone, first one, if someone said, I don't know how to do this, to go in and help them understand how to play the game. So, nice person.
Yeah.
Yes, prices are very high right now. Prices are out exorbitantly high.
How much is gas out there? Do you know?
Our gas price is just teetering right under $4 a gallon.
Hmm.
John's books are on Amazon.com. The one I'm working on is just on a computer. Know that feeling? But we're not going to talk about gas prices because that gets too real world right now. I'll say this: don't blame the gas stations. I actually was in a gas station where this woman was this Karen was just yelling at the people about the gas prices. I was sitting back going, they don't have a little trigger that goes, oh, we're just going to turn it up right today, just because we want to.
Yeah.
Set by somebody else in a different place.
Yeah, unfortunately, the gas price fluctuates. There's a reason why it goes up and down, because it depends on the price per gallon that
Mm-hmm.
the gas stations are buying it at, and like
Mm-hmm.
oil. And then, of course, everyone's in competition with the other gas station down the street at the corner. For 2 cents less, you can go to Circle K.
Yep. Oh
Whatever.
yes. I remember back right after 9/11, gas prices skyrocketed. There was a lot of gouging going on,
Yeah.
and there was two gas stations in my town. One of them, the price was a penny less than the other. The one that was penny less had a line down the road. The one across the street had like two cars in it. I'm like, people, it's a
Listen, a
stinking
penny
penny.
is a penny in those times. Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, considering
Yep.
how I mean, it really went up. Oh, hi, Chris Evans. We were just talking about you.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, boo. Next week, Chase might not be able to attend due to being at Salt Lake Fan X, and the internet Wi-Fi at Salt Palace Convention Center can be undependable. I know that. Yeah, I didn't get to go to Fan X this year, and that really hurts. And so, boo.
Circle K still exists.
Mm-hmm. We have
Chase.
them around here.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's? You would know if you've been to a Buc-ee's. They're huge.
That's the one with the big sign, right?
Yeah. They've got like 75 gas pumps per location.
If it's on 95, like south, I probably would have been to one, I believe.
Let's say
I know
you'll
they're a
remember.
very large, yeah, they're a very large, like rest area type.
They've got the
something.
inside of it is
Yeah.
larger than most Walmart.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if
they've got their own bakery, they smoke their own meats. They've got a clothing department. They've got,
I've
I mean,
heard of them, and yeah, I know what they are, but I don't know. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't think I've been to one.
Every time we go between Michigan and Tennessee for a trip, there's a Buc-ee's right on the road there, and we stop there for lunch because it's perfect timing on our driving, and it's huge. If you stop there, their barbecue is great. Oh yes, we were trying. Chris is asking, and I said we were talking about him. Something good, he assumes. We're not the type to run somebody down. No, not necessarily. But
Would I do that? I would never do that.
we were just curious, trying to remember where you were. I was thinking he was saying North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Chase. I'm hoping next year I'll be at Fan X. Things literally just fell apart right at the wrong time. I lost a lot of convention bookings on literally overnight to in the season at such a point that I had to just pull out for the year. I've only got a couple shows left this year. I was supposed to have like 5 between now and Christmas, and I've only got like 2. One of them's pretty good. One of them's the Motor City Comic Con, and it's a great convention. Yeah, Maverick, Shell, and Sinclair. Yep.
Well, I've never heard of Maverick. Shell, I've worked for Shell.
Yeah.
Sinclair. We do not have those around here. I have never been to one of those. I know what that is.
Yeah, we had them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish we had those out here. Aw.
Nice. 25 miles south of Danville, Virginia.
Oh, yeah, and I went right by it, Chris. I'm so sorry about that. Had I had known, sorry. Um, yeah, Maverick. I've never heard of a Maverick. Have you heard of Maverick?
Maverick doesn't ring a bell. No,
No,
that could be a more local.
no mobiles. Come on, where's the mobiles? I'm a mobile fan. I don't
We
really
have
care.
around here.
Mobile. Oh, I
Yeah.
love mobile. Yeah, never heard of Maverick. I know they are not a small. Next time, big guy. I know they are not a small gas chain at all. Oh, yeah, no, I've never heard of them. So we have shells, but it's all like franchised anyway. So
Mobile is Shell.
oh, Chase, no,
Shell.
that's a terrible statement.
Misconception.
Well, I hope mobile is Shell. Really? I don't know about that. I don't care. I don't like them. I have to work in one. I shouldn't say that. Oh. It's a good thing I kept all my uniforms, though.
Yeah.
Yep. I just like mobile. I don't know. Shell, not so much. The way they operate and their paperwork is a little different. So, anyways, I'm just kidding with you there, Chase. I feel like we're missing people. Don't forget to like and share. I see no likes, no hearts or happy faces or anything going on. Oh, Dan, I swear, half these people just they don't care anymore, I think. I don't know. I'm getting sad now all of a sudden. Did he say shell or oh, look at that. All of a sudden there's all the hearts and likes and everything. You guys fall for it every single time. Oh, I love it.
Hey, it works.
Right? I love your background. Yeah, fall's coming, right? So we need to
really showing up here.
And speaking of fall, that was one of my questions for everyone here, and including yourself. I'm pretty sure I've asked you this probably 20 million times already every year. Anything special to get ready for fall for the season that your family might do? Does the decorations come out and change?
Oh yeah, we hyper decorate for fall. We have a tradition of collecting pumpkins, but glass and porcelain, handmade ones. We've got a pretty good collection that we decorate with, and leaves. We love the fall colors. So we decorate. We really change the color of our entire upstairs in this house to be fall colors with lots of pumpkins and sunflowers. We're getting some more sunflowers now because I love sunflowers. But traditionally, we stick to more of a fall theme, not really Halloween. We just stick with fall. But during this time of year, I start making pumpkin bread and I make my spice ciders and just really enjoy the food of the season. I love making my spiced apple cider. It's so good. And around here, I know probably where you're at, there's a lot of apple mills. Really?
Apple mill
or cider mill. Really? They have.
I'm pretty sure that there's something around here. We have apple orchards galore.
Yeah, as I say this, that's why I knew that you have a lot of apple. We have them all over.
I only
the place
know
here.
of one. I mean, I used to work for one, but they also make wine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's got the apple orchard. So, yeah.
They
somebody else knows that's around in the area. I don't. I've never been to an apple mill.
Cider mills. Yeah, they have them all
Yeah.
around here. You can go in cider mills, and the thing is they're truly a cider mill. They have apple orchards that supply them, or they own their own, and they process the apples and make cider out of them. But they also make food products like apple cakes and jellies and jams. They make
Yeah.
wines, and
Yeah.
a lot of these around here they'll be on a farm. They'll have a cider mill with the orchards, but then they'll set up for the fall a big carnival. They run every weekend from now through November, where they have hay rides and bouncy houses and art shows and pumpkin patches and all kinds of. It's a whole thing. You buy tickets to go to some of these, but there's a few down here. Franklin Cider Mill is probably one of the more popular ones for just being a cider mill. You go there and you get hot cider or chilled cider. You get all the apple pies, apple breads, all the apple products. And traditionally, and all of them make cider donuts. They are a type of nutmeg donut that has cider in it instead of water when they make it. And my father loves them to pieces. They're delicious. So that's a common fall theme here. When everybody knows fall has started because a cider mill's open. No, we don't have that kind of color yet here. That might up in the Ooper. That picture could be up in the Ooper.
It's free to use. That's all I know. That I did nothing wrong.
I could share some pictures. I got some great fall pictures from Tennessee in the mountains and around here on the lakes. You have some really beautiful fall stuff. Hello, Nikki. Lyman Orchards in Connecticut has apple ciders, pies, apple cider donuts, apple picking, pumpkin picking, corn mazes, sunflower maze. They also do Halloween mazes. Yep. That sounds like what they have around here. Down south, you didn't find that. You don't have a lot of apple orchards, but you had a lot of like haunted houses and stuff that were very elaborate. And they'd have corn mazes and they'd have pumpkin patches and all that. So on the same vein, but they didn't have the whole apple cider stuff going on.
Leave it to you, Nikki, to come up with this place. Why Lyman Orchards in Connecticut? I want to know what makes it so special besides all those yummy, delicious, and fun things to do. There's got to be
that should be somewhere where you go and check it out. How far is that from you?
I don't know. I've never even heard of it. Does it even exist? Nikki? Like, really? I don't know.
We can trust Nikki.
Hey, Alexa, how far is it to Lyman Orchards in Connecticut? Lyman Orchards is 107.5 miles away on 32 Woodstock Road in Middlefield. Middlefield, Connecticut. Hey, Alexa, how long would it take to get to Middlefield, Connecticut? 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay, it's a little further. That's quite a bit further than the ones I have to go to. Back in my day, we had to use MapQuest to do that.
Chase Ricks, I just shared this live show chat on my news feed. Dan and Brian. Hopefully you'll get some new followers. We love followers. We need lots of followers.
Mm-hmm.
You need 500 followers in order to get people to like donate stars or something now for people's videos and content and all that stuff. We only have 215, I think. 212. I don't know. It still isn't 500. We need 500. So if you don't follow the show, follow it. Facebook. Right.
Right. Have you ever gone to estate sales?
No.
That's something that my father and I have started doing a lot this past year. Is
Really?
going to estate sales.
So
that's a blast.
Okay, so let me get this right. So before I have a question about that, but
okay, good.
I need to go back just a second here. I know somebody said something about the pumpkin carving. So Dan and I pumpkin carving, that is still going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not until probably next month.
Yeah. Middle to late October.
Right. That's still probably going to happen. So I just wanted to catch back up with that. I know somebody said that. Just the pies, Nikki. I don't know about that. Just the pie.
Ah, we lost him. The pies. The pies got him. Oh, what happened to Brian? Oh, yes. This is actually an estate sale find. I was talking about estate sales. That's hand painted. That is it's actually two-sided too. But we'll get all right. Oh look, we moved.
I hit the wrong button. Anyways, Nikki, as I was saying, I'm not going to drive 2 hours and 5 minutes just for pies. But it still sounds good. Okay. Where were we? The Oriental fan behind you? Oh, behind Dan. I'm sorry. Yes.
We had to talk about something while you were gone.
Okay. So, where were we?
Oh, just humor aside here about computers. I got myself a new computer tower for gaming. I never had a gaming computer before, so I decided to get one. And I went into Best Buy and I looked at this guy. I said, "Okay, first I need somebody who knows about these type of computers." The guy walks over and says, "Okay, how can I help you?" Okay, I'll set you up. Magic glowing box, idiot, go. And from there, he gave me 45-minute spiel on what a gaming computer is, how it works, what you do with it, how you clean it, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, just tell me everything because I don't know what I'm talking about here, and I want to know, I want to learn. So yes, computers are fun. They you can press the wrong button very easily.
Mm-hmm.
This new one, it's actually Alienware. So I'm learning a lot of stuff about gaming computers off this thing. But what I was talking about was estate sales. And you ask what something
Okay.
we've done recently is I've been getting into estate sales, and they're a blast to do. It's fun to go and find unique things, unique items, and uh, but I had a phenomenal find. I run a game night in my house every week, and
Mm-hmm.
I love to entertain. So I've always wanted one of those countertop, old-fashioned popcorn poppers, like old movie theater popcorn popper. You can buy replica ones at like Sam's and Costco that you can get put on your counter for your game room or something,
Yeah.
and they're $400-$500. But I went to an estate sale and I found one. I got it for $80. I thought it was one like that. I got home, it has a full cart included. This one's a countertop unit with a cart and all that. I got home with it and we're looking it up because I want to find out how to clean it, how to work with it, and how to store it, whatever. And I couldn't find it on any websites I was looking for. Then I finally found it on a professional popcorn company's website. It's not a little home unit. This is a professional unit. It's a $2,000 popcorn popper.
Wow.
So that's why I like estate sales. Every so often you find some fantastic deals. So yeah, we've been going too much, I think.
Yeah, no. Is that where you go through dead people's homes and buy their crap because the family's getting rid of it and people bid on it
No,
and
well,
run
some companies
through?
bid. I've learned. I thought that was it too. That's a little grim version of it there. I thought that was the mainstay of it too. But what I have found out is that a great many of the estate sales we go to are either moving sales or it's a family, younger family that has money, they have a lot of stuff, and so instead of holding a yard sale, they hire a company to do an estate sale, and they just price the stuff. Usually there's not like an auction on it, and but then you have people who go into retirement, and so they're downsizing, um, and yes, of course, there's the people who've passed away, and they're doing. So it's not always someone's passed away and they're just selling off their old stuff.
Oh, okay. Frontier Pies, a restaurant chain.
No, I don't think I have, Chase. Sounds interesting. Might be something along the lines of the what Cheesecake Factory, Frontier Pies. That's a new one for me. Is it good? Have you gone there, Chase?
Where is Chase again?
Oh, Chase, I think he's over in Utah.
Utah. I've never been to Utah.
Looking it up, it looks like the nearest one to me is in Idaho. So that's a pretty good distance for me.
What exactly is it? Is it just pies? Is it like a restaurant just of like pies? I'll have a Reese's peanut butter cup pie with a side of Oreo cream filled pie.
Looking at their website, it kind of looks like a Cracker Barrel-ish style place, home style foods and of course pies. So
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
love Cracker Barrel.
Well,
Oh, I'm in Idaho.
I'm not.
Okay, I was wrong. Chase lives in Idaho.
Oh, I've never been to Idaho.
I can dare say I have not explored the west side of the country as much as I'd like to.
I love your potatoes, Chase. I don't think I've ever been able to say that before.
So Nikki says she got a nice antique furniture from an estate sale. Yeah, I have a Chinese cabinet that I use to store computer equipment in my room that still has a wax seal stamp from the East Indies Trading Company on it. It's at least 150 years old. So it's the craziest things you can find at these places. I have come across the craziest things. When you travel, and I know you've traveled and you drive because you're not much for flying, and I know you've driven some good distances down to Florida and back. We always come across a lot of local restaurants we love to try, but there's always those few handful of names that we look at and okay, I'm going to stop there because I know I like it. What is your go-to?
Oh God. I just your regular normal McDonald's or whatever. I don't think that we ever really stopped all that much. Um and if we did, it was drive-throughs. Recently, I think it's just been not even chain restaurant. I mean, maybe they are, but I've recently tried restaurants just out of the blue that I've never been to. So I've done that. I don't know. I'm picky though. There's got to be something on that menu for me to eat. Otherwise, I'm just not going to do it. So, yep.
I
Don't
do.
bring me out to dinner, folks.
I do like to try local places when we go and travel, and I'm somewhere. I'll say I don't want to go to somewhere that's a name I recognize. Take me somewhere that is unique, something that's special to hear. When I
Well,
went to Connecticut, we were in Hartford, and after the show each day, they were taking us out to dinner, and they said, "Where do you want to go?" And I say first, I'm wanting a burger or something simple. I don't want something strange, but what is the best place around us that the locals love going to? We were going to a burger place there. I can think of the name now, but it was a local place. It's a 5-star burger joint
mm,
and man, was it good. And that's where you find some really good food. But we're on the road. I'm like you. When we're traveling, a lot of times it starts to drive through somewhere. We
it's
know now, like driving down to Tennessee, we
it's
know
quick.
on the way Bucky's is good because we stop there.
Yeah.
But if we're going somewhere we don't know, usually Arby's or Burger King, McDonald's, somewhere we know the name.
Something quick, you're going to eat something, by the time you get to the drive-through window, you already know what you want. So, where you live currently, is there a like go-to place for you that your family and you enjoy to go to the most?
Uh, Here, I would say it
Are
would
we known
be.
by name yet when you walk in? Because
Oh
you're
yes, but
oh,
crazy enough, around here we have dozens and dozens of Coney Islands, and they're run by people who are um,
what's the name of the place?
Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
hot dog joints. And then back, years ago, they were the hot dog joint of America, but now it's definitely dwindled. But around here, every city block has one, if not two, Coney Islands, and they're run by people who are from the Middle East, and so, but they're Mediterranean, not Arabic. They're Mediterranean. So you have hot dogs and hamburgers and French fries, and then you'll have gyros and definitely pitas, and you have just Mediterranean, lots and lots of Mediterranean food. So that's one of our go-tos. But here we're in Detroit. It's going to be pizza. That's Buddy's Pizza here in Detroit.
Buddy's Pizza.
Yeah, if anybody's traveling to Detroit and you want Detroit pizza, go to Buddy's Pizza.
A shout out to Buddy's Pizza. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Well, people always ask because Detroit has Detroit style pizza. That's one of the three main styles of pizza in America, and Buddy's invented it. Literally, it's a wild story, but they invented their pizza because they made their pizza in oil pans, clean oil pans from Ford, and they're square. That's made the square pizza.
Chris Evans, Stammy's Barbecue.
Stammy's Barbecue. Stammy's. I love barbecue. I love people saying Cracker Barrel. That's that back in Tennessee until here. It's one of my go-tos. I love Cracker Barrel, and it's a Tennessee name too.
Arctic Circle, Garcia's in Idaho Falls. In Twin Falls, we have Idaho Pizza.
It has potatoes on it. Fuddruckers. Oh, I loved Fuddruckers, but I don't think they're around anymore.
I've heard of them, but I've never had them.
They were good, but as far as I saw, they went out of business.
Right. John Clark, Breakfast Inn. If anyone's out near John.
Chris says it's Stay-Me's.
Stay-Me's? Did I say it wrong?
I think I said it wrong. But one of us says it's Stay-Me. That's how you pronounce it. Stay-Me's.
Stay-Me's? Right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I probably said it wrong.
My Christ. Give us a break. It's 8:47 at night, okay?
Yeah.
We have a place in Meridian, Connecticut called Ted's that does steam burgers. So good.
I've heard of those, yeah.
You haven't had a steam burger before?
No, I know what those are, yeah.
Oh, I've never.
We have here in our area Greens or I can't think of it. There's two hamburger joints. They have multiple locations each. They are identical in appearance. The buildings are identical, and they make the sliders, old-fashioned sliders. If you've ever had White Castle or Crystal's sliders,
I had them today for lunch.
Okay, these are the places that invented those, and they're so much better. But it's Greens, and I can't think of the other name. They fight over whose is the best and whose is the original. And if you took the names off the buildings, unless you lived here, you would not be able to tell them apart. The buildings look the same, the insides look the same, the food tastes the same, but they are great. And downtown Detroit, there is All-American Coney and there's Detroit Coney. They are literally next door to each other. They've been there for decades, and they both claim to be the original and the best Coney dog in America. And there's a big divide here about which one people go to. I am an outsider, so I say they're both good.
Stay-Me's. I'm assuming that is in North Carolina.
No, Stay-Me. Yeah, that must have been just Stay-Me's Barbecue. So that was Chris. So yeah.
Stay-Me's Barbecue. I love barbecue, but I don't eat meat on the bone.
Ah, well, okay. Barbecue is not meat on the bone.
Barbecue.
Pulled pork. I'm Tennessee, so pulled pork, pulled chicken.
Okay. All right, I will at least do that. That's fine, but I'm boneless chicken. Sorry, in Connecticut, all the pizza joints are in competition.
Oh yeah. Here in Michigan, in Detroit, Jets Pizza, Little Caesars Pizza, Buddy's Pizza, Papa Romano's, and Happy's Pizza all are from Detroit. Those are all home based out of Detroit.
Greensboro, North Carolina. I lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, if that's what you mean. Is that Pepe's Pizza or is that Pepe's Pizza? Because I don't think I want Pepe's Pizza. Sorry. What is this before this? What's happening here? Yum Yums,
As a
hot
link
dogs, and
to
ice.
Ideo Eats Scotty's Drive.
Oh, known for malts and milkshakes. Excuse me.
Yeah, I always joke about this, and it's actually true. In America, there's three major named pizza styles. You have New York style pizza, you have Chicago style pizza, and you have Detroit style pizza. Those are three biggies. The difference, New York style pizza claims to be the best, and they absolutely hate, detest, and loathe Chicago style pizza. And it's the same way the other way direction. Chicago style pizza lovers love Chicago the best, and they hate, loathe, detest New York style pizza. Detroit doesn't care. They don't fight. The other two are fine. We have a great New York style place here. We have a great Chicago style place here, but we also have loads of Detroit style places here, and we don't fight over it because A, we know where's the best, and B, we don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. It's pizza.
I know.
I don't care.
As long as you put some pineapple on it, we're good.
Big Papa's Barbecue was the best I had. Unfortunately, his kids closed it after he died.
If you want,
that's too bad.
Now I come from Tennessee. In Tennessee, we have barbecue. And the irony is, one of the best common places to get barbecue in Tennessee, Buddy's Barbecue. So in Michigan, it's Buddy's Pizza. In Tennessee, it's Buddy's Barbecue. Or if you're in East Tennessee and you're in the Knoxville or Gatlinburg area, Calhoun's Barbecue. That stuff's great. They are good. No, pineapple is great on pizza, Chase. It's a match made in heaven. Pineapple and some ham on a good cheesy pizza. Oh, that's delightful.
Chase, what is wrong with you? Are you saying, am I reading this correctly?
Yeah, he doesn't like it. It's bad as spinach or sardines on pizza. Oh.
I will listen, that's a 50-50 because I don't care for the spinach or sardines. So I agree with you there, but pineapple, come on. Is that it doesn't matter. It's just pizza. It's just pizza.
I'll give it that. I'll give you that. It's funny how polarizing it is. There are people who just hate pineapple on pizza, and they hate people who like it on pizza. I'm like, I don't care. I love it on pizza, but
Chris, are you saying Yum Yums is right besides the UNC college? See, when I lived in Greensboro, I lived in a complex. I remember that because the person, I had to have a credit score of something. But I remember that across the street was all the big football games at the college. And you can hear that I could see the stadium. I wouldn't be able to see the games, but they would all sit right there. And then down the street was some shopping area. I could get my hair cut. And I think there was like a Walmart or Kmart or something down around the corner. It was a nice neighborhood. I liked Greensboro. Everybody was nice down there in North Carolina. Right? Bless your heart.
I've only been to Greensboro twice. We went there for shows I was doing when I was part of the Okinawa Kinjinkai. And I got to go to international festivals there, but the place is beautiful. I loved seeing it. Right, it was a very nice place.
No, it was a college. It was a college, Chris. Yeah, it was a college. Unless that's the name of the stadium that's on the college proper. But I know I lived across the street from the college or something. Yeah, the big whatever. Now I like broccoli on I love broccoli on pizza.
I don't think I've ever had that. I like broccoli and cheese and stuff, so I imagine I probably like it. I'll
All
have
right.
to try that.
I'll give you that one, Chase, because I like broccoli on pizza. I do.
Yeah,
I'll
and
eat
the
cauliflower on pizza. I don't care.
have you ever seen have you seen it, what Inside? It was it Inside Out, the movie about the emotions Disney did.
No, I did
Inside
not.
Out.
Yeah, no, I've never seen that. No.
There's a classic scene in the early part of the movie showing this little girl growing up through her eyes, through all the emotions in her head, and they end up moving to San Francisco, and they go to a hip pizza place, and they're giving her pizza with broccoli on it, and it's a little girl, she's growing grossing out at that,
Oh
and
no.
there are a lot of people going, hey, that's good. The funny thing is when they released the movie in Japan, they actually changed the vegetable on the pizza to bell pepper, because bell pepper in Japan has the same negative connotation that broccoli in America does to kids. So they changed it. So it depends. I love bell pepper on pizza. I love it. Inside Out is a different movie. I liked it. To me, it wasn't the best offering that Disney's done, but it was actually an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, no,
If you
never
have
saw.
Disney Plus, I'd recommend checking it out.
I do not have Disney Plus. No. Let's see here. He can eat broccoli any way he can get. I love broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
I love any vegetable pizza. Oh, it's so good.
Only thing I can't do is mushrooms. Ugh.
What? Oh, well, I
Ooh.
think I remember you saying that one
Yep.
time.
Nope. Do not like
That's the
mushrooms.
problem. Come on. What did I love almost everything, but mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Oh, I love
Mushrooms taste
mushrooms.
like nuts. They taste like walnuts, pecans. They have a nutty flavor,
What?
and I
No,
hate
that's
nutty
not
flavor.
true. That's what? No, I can't stand nut flavors. I don't like hazelnut. I don't like walnut. I don't drink it. I don't eat it.
Mm-mm. And
But
I don't like
mushrooms, I don't
mushrooms.
get that. No. What? I
Do
don't
not
get
like mushrooms. I get that from my dad. My dad and I are both the exact same way. We both hate mushrooms.
no
My
cream
mom
of
loves them,
mushroom
so we have a problem in the house sometimes.
soup. No cream of mushroom soup.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Whenever I make like a green bean casserole, we use cream of chicken soup, not cream of mushroom. Ooh,
Interesting.
barbecue chicken pizza. I love barbecue chicken pizza.
Hmm.
I love chicken Alfredo pizza.
Mushrooms are awesome in all Asian, Mexican, and Italian food.
See,
Chase might be
no.
onto something. All right, I'm tired of all this food talking because it's making me very, very hungry. And of course, I don't have any of this stuff that's listed here in the chat. And with 2 minutes left to go, I'm done talking about food now. So,
Yeah.
okay, so here's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So before we go, what I do like mushrooms, but I can respect those who don't care for them. No, I don't. I'm not respecting them. I don't care for people who don't like mushrooms, except Dan. Just one person. That's it. Just Dan. All right. Um, life, things happen, things change, of course, for me. So you might see us on Thursdays. We might be kind of maybe switching things up a little bit and changing the day. I'm not entirely sure what's going on because now my schedule's changing.
Mhm.
So who knows? I don't know. But I'll keep everyone posted. So you may see us, you may not see us. I don't know. But we have a pumpkin carving that's definitely going to happen because I already know that I'm going to win.
We'll
I think
see.
it's
We'll
the
see.
only time that you'll probably see us in a little bit of competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be competitive. I don't care. I normally am not. But this time around, whatever. I'm just the gloves are coming off with the pumpkin carving because yeah, I want to win. You want to win, right?
I will. I win. I mean, come on. It's hands down. I got this.
All right. Well, now
It
that
is
it's
9 o'clock.
right. So you both don't compete as authors? Question mark.
Nope.
No, not really. There's
Nope.
no reason because he writes what he writes and I write what I write.
I will always say this: authors should
Nope.
never be in competition with each other.
Nope.
There's way bigger appetite for books out there than authors to create them. So we're in this together.
Nope. I don't even know if I've even heard of that.
What?
Authors competing like how would I don't know. Anyway,
There's been a few instances where authors
really?
have been very competitive and they get very ostracized by the community because you don't do that. We help each other. We're here to help each other.
Yeah.
Chris, you are more than welcome to paint a pumpkin instead of carve it. If you want to be part of this, we will definitely. If you'd rather paint a
Oh,
pumpkin than carve
if
one,
anyone wants to join us, yeah, absolutely. Like Dan's saying, if anyone wants to carve a pumpkin along with us, so hold up. Wait a minute. I was talking to somebody about this because I was like, wait a minute. How the heck is this even going to work? I All right. You know what? Never mind, because we'll talk about it when we get closer to when it needs to actually happen.
mm-hmm.
Because I have it all up in here. So yeah. All right. Because somebody made a comment, and it kind of made sense to me. So I had to talk to you about it anyway. So, anyways, all right. So you'll see us, you may not see us. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the love, and talking with us, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, again, Chris, if you want to participate and paint a pumpkin or carve a pumpkin, anybody, join us. That's it. I'm done.
We'll set out details and rules. I guarantee you, there's going to be prizes. There's going to be a prize for the best. Yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
we'll have fun with that, but you'll see it on the page, and we'll make sure you know well in advance. So, good night, everybody. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the future. Not guaranteed, but we'll see you in the future.
Yes. Goodbye.